Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Check out our large assortment of logo merch and our lifestyle collection as well. Just head over to abvnetwork.com and click on shop. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. Finally, we are sponsored by the upcoming ABV Barrel Shop, a new liquor store experience coming to St. Louis, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop will serve as home to the ABV Network and will be owned and operated by Steve Akeley, Jim Fosnot, and Scott Creighton, a.k.a. the Barrel Buddies. To learn more about the investment opportunities in this new venture, listen to the ad at the end of this podcast. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about whether or not the recent bust in counterfeit whiskey stories slow down the secondary market. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Joe Ferrara, Tim Swaya, and Kathy Cool.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on?
Hey-o. So, we're going to be talking about the secondary. Recently, there was a big bust. There was one guy all over the internet that everybody was posting in all those groups. And then there was also, they said there's a couple more. I didn't see any posts with those individual pictures on there, but we'll talk about the impact of that and what we think might happen moving forward. But before we get to all that, Joe, you said there's something you wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
Yeah, I'm wondering, does anybody enjoy playing board games, or do they find them to be a board game, B-O-R-E-D, instead?
For the most part, I mean, I don't seek out to play board games, but every once in a while at family events, I'll get roped into it, and it's not bad. I enjoy it when I'm playing it. I would never be like, hey, let's get together and do board games. But so I have mixed emotions. And then we do like a board game thing, all virtual, with Evan Van Scoik once every couple of months in our crew club. And he does a great job with it. So that stuff's really fun. I like the virtual stuff, but sitting down and playing a board game, we just played like Monopoly at Christmas just for fun. And we've done some other things. We played the Jim Beam board game too. So we played a couple of board games over the holidays this past season. So yeah, a little bit. How about you, Kathy? You into the board games?
I get together with friends and we play games, but they're more like cards now, like Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
And cards of this and cards of that. And they're a lot of fun and they keep us entertained while we drink. So those are fun. But, there may have been times when we pulled out a Trivial Pursuit or something with an actual board. But yeah, I mean, we have fun when we get together with friends and do it. But Are Scott and I going to pull out like a board game on
Stratego and play against one another?
No.
Cheesy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Risk. I think it would end our marriage. So.
The game of world domination.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, how about you, man?
Kathy said Trivial Pursuit. All I can think of is, you're wrong. It's the Moops, not the Moors. The Moops.
That's a misprint.
I don't look out for it. My family on my in-law side are Risk fanatics, and I think we've gotten enough family fights to not bring it out during holidays anymore. Because my brother-in-law has to win. I know that I'm not going to win, so I completely do stupid things, erratic. And he's like, "How can you do that? You screwed up the whole game." Because I'm trying to torch this whole game on fire to prove a point. So stupid things like that. Yeah. Other than no, we don't really search them out anymore. Kids are stuck on their phones too much and trying to peel them away from it. And they want to play Pokemon Go or Mario Kart, and I school them at that instead.
Yeah, there you go. All right, McNew, how about you? Board game person?
Maybe every couple months, like Chris and I will play Monopoly, but that just ends up in me getting mad at him. My mom's a huge Scrabble fan, so sometimes I'll go hang out with her and she's like, let's play Scrabble. So I'm stuck spelling words with my mom all day. But if I'm asked, yes, I will play. I'm probably never going to suggest that be what we do, but I'm in if somebody asks me.
Okay. What about like as a stepmother, do you play Candyland and stuff like that?
No.
Chutes and ladders.
That I love more than the world. If I have
Chutes
to
and
play
ladders,
a child, I'm just like, where is the tallest
The game of
building?
life.
Let me go jump off of it. That's what I'd rather be doing. I cannot.
Ganip.
Cannot.
Operation.
Games with kids, that's like a level of hell that I don't do. Cannot do it.
I could see you playing with your stepson and holding Milo, petting Milo, and then playing the game and just having a good night. Nice little night.
This is like the 8th level of hell that Steve just described for me. I cannot.
So when you guys played games with your kids, did you lose on purpose? Or did you win on purpose?
No
way.
You win.
No way.
You got to teach them life stinks. Yeah.
The biggest problem was my daughter always won, even when she was 6 or 7.
She cheated?
No.
What do you now, Joe? Are you a board game guy or not?
If a game takes more than an hour, I'm out. But what I discovered last week, we played Scrabble. And after drinking a bunch of bourbon, some tequila, and 4 bottles of wine between the 4 of us, it was a lot of fun.
There you go.
Kind of lost track of what we were doing.
Right.
Pardon me? Yeah, well, I was the one. I was challenging everything, even if I, and the way that they play is if you challenge and you're wrong, you lose like 2 turns.
Ooh,
and then I was making up words. I was just having more fun, throwing a wrench into everything.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Very cool. Well, guess what, gang? It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? We will start with McNew. McNew, what do you got?
I don't think the cork is going to do much, but I have some 1792 full proof.
Okay.
I can't even open it. No.
Okay. Oh, that was decent. That was decent. Not bad. I saw. I have to get off the social media at some point because it just gets me going. So some guy was saying that 1792 full proof is the worst bourbon that's made, and it is not. I don't care if you're saying it's not the best or there's. It's not the worst thing that's made. It is not. There's no way. I don't care what your flavor profile is. That is not the worst thing you can do.
I've had the worst bourbon.
Yeah. Is it tumbling dice?
Get overhyped though. It's not as good as some people make it out.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. And that's probably what happened to this guy. Maybe somebody was telling him how great it was and it wasn't as good, but it still doesn't mean it's the worst bourbon that's ever been made. No, it's not. It's not. And I just get so mad. I can't wait till I don't have shows and I'm not a public person where people can come after me for my public shows. And I can just lay into these people. Maybe I will stay on social media and I'll be the guy getting in fights all the time. So yes.
Steve Akeley unplugged,
Yes.
That'd be great.
Relish those days. That'll be good. I'll go next. I've got Breckenridge here. Breckenridge. So I don't know. They've got, this is the Powder Hound. So I don't know exactly what that means, but I got this part of my Secret Santa gift, and it's great. I got to try it already, and it's great. So let's see what we got here. That was good. Nice. That was good. Enough to take the lead. We'll see what happens. Joe, you're next.
I have a bottle of 1968 Old Fitzgerald that I know isn't counterfeit because my friend's father bought this years ago, and when he passed away, his son gave it to me unopened.
Oh, wow. That's the same vintage as me. Vintage as me, 68. So, well. All right, Kathy, what do you got?
I don't have anything that would be found on the secondary, I don't think, but I recently had my work quinceañera, my 15-year anniversary. And for that, my boss bought me a bottle of Heaven's Door single barrel.
Yes.
Very nice.
And it's 118.3. I've never had Heaven's Door, so I'm really excited to try it.
Okay. All right. Just so. Not enough to take the lead. I've got the lead. Now it's just between Tim and I and victory here. So let's see. Hopefully, Tim, screw top, buddy, sample.
Nope, not this time, but I'm sure I'll have a mic muffle. I've got a bottle of a few bourbon. This is a single barrel pick from Exmoor Country Club up here in Lake Forest, Illinois. And I got it as a gift, and I'm pulling a Jeff from Iowa. And a Heidi move. This is a brand new bottle. I've been struggling getting the plastic off. So we will see if I can beat you, Steve.
Okay. No, nothing happened in there. He saved that bottle, been waiting for that moment, and then it's just a dud. So, no.
Completely shit the bed.
Yeah, congrats to me. Cheers, gang.
Nice job.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about a few busts in the secondary and what that's going to mean to the secondary market. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley of the ABV Network. Let's talk about the people who make this show happen. First up is Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Company founder Andy Lang started distilling as a hobby while serving his country as an elite Green Beret. Andy distilled all over the world during his time in the military and brought this passion back to him in the U.S. when he returned home. A visit to Leatherwood combines Andy Lang's unique distilled spirits and a museum of artifacts from his time serving the U.S. Share a drink with a fallen soldier at their bar where you can grab an acrylic bio off the wall that celebrates the individuals who gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect his or her country. They will also ship their distilled spirits directly to you, so check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com. We are also sponsored by Moonshine University. This longtime partner for the ABV Network helps educate individuals looking to get into the distilled spirits business, service industry employees looking to expand their knowledge, and individuals simply wanting to know more about the process and history of the spirits industry. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at Moonshine University, and it's something I continuously draw upon and connect with fellow graduates. Check out their full listing of classes, including Executive Bourbon Steward certification, production classes, and more at moonshineuniversity.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky. All right, back to the show.
I'm Davey Waltz.
And I'm Adina.
And you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about counterfeit bust and what that might do to the secondary market.
Yes, we are. So I'll say this. Just the fact how it was handled, it tells me that there's no resources out there to really handle the secondary. One guy got busted. This goes on. I literally see hundreds of transactions happening a day, and one guy gets busted. And they release the thing. They do a press release where they release this because they want it to be shared all over Facebook, and it was a horrifying picture. The guy looked like he's crying, and stuff like that. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but I don't know. What do you guys think happens with that again? And then some other people said some other people got busted in Pennsylvania. This guy was like in Ohio or something. What do you think goes through the minds of those that are in the secondary? Does this stop them? Does it slow them down? Does it do anything at all?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
They're going to do what they're doing. And my thing is like, being in the secondary market isn't a career. You're not a bootlegger. Like, stop dealing with people that you don't know. Like, it's one thing to get a bottle for a friend and get that bottle to a friend or whatever, but stop buying bottles to flip them. You're an idiot. That's just what it is. But
I would think that most of the secondary people, again, I'm in some of these groups and that. Just as an observer, I don't buy that stuff off there. I'm afraid I'd be that guy crying in the photo. So, but you see, they think they got all these codes in that. They don't put the numbers in there. They'll be like, like a thing of a boat. It'll be for shipped, and then they'll put the little squares around the numbers. 300, 300. So I would assume that those that saw that are like, well, that guy's just dumb. He doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know how to use the code system that we do. So yeah, I don't think it changes anything. Do you guys?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Now, I'm on the other side.
Okay.
I'm going to take the other side of this debate because you've seen it in the wine industry. This is where it starts. And the people are already turning away because of the high prices. They're already turning away to mezcal. and switching out smoky mezcals and old fashions now. I'm hearing that ordered more at bars than anything when I'm out some things, and I'm not out very many. But still, I'm hearing mezcal swapped out for bourbon. I'm hearing a lot of like the younger kids, now they got some cash. They're not going to spend $600, $900, $2,000 for a bottle of Pappy. They'll go get some extra añejo tequila now and the barrel-aged tequila stuff. I think you're seeing this maybe the start of the cracks. Once you lose trust in something, that whole secondary market has a problem. Are people going to chase bottles? Yes. Are prices going to come down? Absolutely, because it's crazy. I think this is the start of the end.
Okay, could be. Okay, there's been busts before, but I think, if they did a much bigger show of force, and the feds they could go in and say, okay, these people got arrested for doing this. Now we're going to go back and guess who they get to talk to next? They get to talk to the taxman next, because we know how many transactions they've done by following their online. We'll put a forensic accountant on them, and then the next thing they got to talk to is the tax man. And if they haven't been paying taxes on these illegal transitions, then they'll have to face problems with that. That's not being done though. So there's just one random thing. I think it's just to try to, hey, we're not really doing anything. We're trying to scare you. And I'll say this. Secondary has gone in the COVID times has gone through the roof. I mean, George T. Stagg and the BTAC collection were all in the, $600 to $800 range. Now, $1,200, $1,500. I mean, they're damn near twice what they were just a year ago.
Well, here in New York, the liquor stores are charging secondary market prices. I saw a bottle of the old Rip Van Winkle 10-year-old for like $450.
Yeah, there you go.
And Stag was almost $3,000.
Yeah,
last year. Wasn't it last year that they did the perp walk at the was it the one liquor store on Wall Street down by One Liberty Plaza, where they were selling the counterfeit bottles of the BTAC collection and everything?
Oh,
They did the whole perp walk on the liquor store there too. I've been in that liquor store. I was like, and they've got editions from like 2012, 13, 14, 10, 15, $20,000 in fake.
If it's too good to be true, it's definitely not true. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
There was an article in the New York Times, I think about a week and a half ago. It was, chances are the bourbon you're drinking is counterfeit. And it talked about how all these companies, these liquor stores are doing it now. It's not just, people in secondary market. You got to be really careful who you're buying from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Price of glass bottles, used bottles on eBay. There's your first track.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrency is going to get regulated just as much as this. They're tracking it all down. It's going to be hard to hide.
Trace just started that. They did NFTs on some of their bottles, are going to, which is, I'm not sure how that all works, but like you'll know if it's ever been opened.
You don't know until you open it.
So
like you can't tell until you open it. That's how
right. You look underneath the tinfoil cap. Yeah.
It has a tinfoil cap.
I know there's some Scotch companies that are now using holograms in the
Macallan does.
In the top, so that that's harder to counterfeit.
With cigars, Cohiba, all the cigars have a hologram on it now that you can actually scan. You can see where it's at, and there's other ways to be able to track it down, and it's interesting.
Yeah, I still feel like people who want to do these things are going to find a way. I feel like they probably just made an example out of one or two guys, and there's going to be some other guy being like, "Oh, I'm smarter than that. I'm going to get away with it." There's always going to be people trying, and there's
still going to be people who say, "No, I'm not going to get suckered into this. I know this is a real bottle and buy it."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you spent 4 times over. You're an idiot anyway. But have fun with that. Enjoy.
Yeah, I definitely, that's reason enough alone to stay out of the secondary, all the counterfeiting, and that's only going to get worse. As those prices go up, the incentive is there, and it's going to, that situation is going to get worse. So it's not something I want to, I for sure don't want to pay overpriced, and I don't want to pay overpriced for Barton Foolproof or whatever.
Just wait till you start to see
it's
those
in a different bottle.
Stags from this year, right?
Yes.
The 2020 version.
2021, George T. Staggs. You get a deal on those. So,
Just stay away from our bottom shelfies, the ones that we all know that we drink and drink in a lot of consumption. Just stay away from that stuff. I mean, I don't need more hippies drinking JTS Brown and pulling that off my shelves. I don't need any of that stuff. Just you got your good shelfies, your very old Bartons. If you can still find them, they rotate through. I snag, I always leave one on the shelf, but I gifted that for somebody for for the holidays, and I stopped by his place. He's like, I still got that bottle. I had never heard of it before, and I thought I drank bourbon. Never heard of Very Old Barton. He said, I looked it up at the price. He's like, how can you get something that good at that price? And I said, because I visit the ABV network and visit their stuff, and I know that it hits all the blind tastings and wins when Steve does his blind tastings.
Yeah.
So
that's one that I want to tell people about, but I also don't want to tell people about. So
right?
We got to stop
to turn it into McKenna.
We got to stop this because we were on the McKenna thing, and then Fred gets on it and puts on, and then now the seagrass. I'm telling you, we were on the seagrass from the beginning. We were the first ones talking about it, and now seagrass is gone, and now it has a big brother, like Stag and Stag Junior used to be. They had when they called it Stag Junior. Now they have Seagrass and Seagrass Senior, so they got the great.
Is it 16-year-old too? It's a 16-year-old.
Yeah,
it's like, oh my god.
I want to get a bottle of it for an event. Seaweed.
Yeah.
Joe, have you tried seagrass?
I'm not a big rye fan, so
you got to try it, man. You got to.
Yeah, they had a bottle over here. Maybe I'll get it and give it a shot.
It's worth trying. It's good stuff for sure. I do like it, and I want to get one of the 249 ones for an event, so that way we can all try it together and see if it's worth it. It's nothing I want to drop 249 and just be like, well, I like seagrass. I'm going to I don't know about that. That's definitely at the high end of my bottle purchases, and I don't know that I would do that. So yeah, but to do it as a group thing, it'd be kind of cool. So
that would be cool.
Yeah. All right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Tim, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me under the Bourbon and Whiskey Tasting site on abvnetwork.com, as well as on Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
All right, Joe.
You can find me on the corner selling counterfeit bottles of Pappy, and also on Instagram at bourbon_aficionado.
Kathy.
You can find me around the corner filling empty bottles of Pappy with white labels, and on Facebook at Kathy Cool.
Kathy Cool. Okay. All right. McNew.
You can find me on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, or Venmo. I don't know. If you're so inclined, Venmo me. So, all right. And so check me out. And of course, check out abvnetwork.com because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the
All right. Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
So long.
See ya. Take care.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least, at the top of the show, I mentioned investment opportunities at the new liquor store concept, the ABV Barrel Shop, being launched in 2022 by myself, Jim Fosnot, and Scott Creighton. We are crowdfunding some of the capital needed to open the store. Not only does it offer a return on your investment, but a lifetime of status and benefits at the store. Of course, this investment is a loan and involves a high degree of risk, which may not be suitable for all persons. Prospective investors should carefully evaluate the risk and merits of an investment, should confer with their own legal and financial advisors, and should be able to bear the risk of the loss of their investment before considering the investment described herein. If you would like more information, contact us via the Under Construction website at abvbarrelshop.com and fill out the form.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.